Good afternoon, welcome along ladies and gentlemen, families who are enjoying themselves on a stunning day today. It's Saturday the 6th of November. We bring you the Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship. This is round 8. This is the final home game for the Thames Valley Swamp Foxes. Should be a great day. And commentary for your live coverage right through to the end today. I'm Reno Wilkinson. Joining me is from the Thames Valley Rugby Union. He works there with them, Scotty Day. And also when it comes to Thames Valley, doesn't get any bigger than the other gentleman who knows a lot about rugby, Ross Cooper, eh? Good morning, gentlemen. Well, afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Reno. It's a beautiful day, as you've just noted, and the black clouds are rolling in, but hopefully we'll get the game underway and have no effect of the storm that supposedly is going to hit later on. But what a beautiful day, good crowd in, and the Butcher Boys have come to town. There's a bit of feeling in the game, and it will be interesting to see how both teams front when there's nothing at stake as far as the finals next week are concerned. Thames Valley have made the Meads Cup and Whanganui have made the Lahore Cup, so that's not debated today at all, and there's just personal pride in today's game, so it'll be very interesting. And Scotty, just want to comment about the ground. I know you have a bit to do with the setup. It looks fantastic.
Oh, it sure does, Ross. Good afternoon to you, Reno and Ross. Good afternoon to all of our viewers out there. It's a privilege to be bringing you round 8 action of the Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship. Gee whiz, does it not have semi-final feeling about it, this clash? Obviously, Coach Jason Caskey of Whanganui stirred the pot a bit earlier on in the week with an article there, putting a few comments out there, which I think is great for Heartland Rugby, and I know it's created a bit of feeling to what is already quite a hotly anticipated clash between two very proud provincial unions. But yes, Ross, back to your question, the field is looking amazing. I am hoping that more people start pouring in. We're about 10 minutes away from kickoff, and I think we've got the game of the Heartland Championship so far right here today at Boyd Park.
Exactly, Scotty, and it's 2 versus 3, but as Ross alluded to, you know, the Valley Boys have booked themselves a big game next Sunday down in Timaru. The ground is looking beautiful, the mountains looking beautiful, as you can see in our backdrop. Above that you may see the odd dark looking club, plenty of blue sky. I think we're going to see some good fast running rugby, but the rivalry, you'll know the history here, Ross, between these two unions. They give each other a hell of a go. They got both nothing to lose. They just throw everything in it.
Well, I think in recent time, Thames Valley have sort of caught up to Whanganui, and especially we remember, without gloating at all, the great campaign of 2018. Beating Whanganui down there away for that semi-final was a massive boost to our well-being, and to come away with that victory and then go on to South Canterbury and win that game. So that's next week. We're not talking about next week, that final. We've earned the right and good on us. But today there's a bit of pride at stake. There's been, as you alluded to, Scotty and Reno, a few comments made to stir the pot, and that's what we need. We need a bit of aggro and just a bit of spice to the game, in my opinion. It will be interesting to see how both teams front, and hopefully, you know, long term we can continue this rivalry and grow it even more.
Yeah, look, fellas, I think obviously today we have alluded, but there is a lot to play for, and obviously we'll go through the Thames Valley side that will be taking to the field today. And jersey number 1, Trinity McQueen. Jersey 2, Sam Vandervalk. 3, Tahuia Kutia. 4, Cameron Dromgold. 5, Connor McVeary, the co-captain. 6, Ben Stevens. 7, Frederick K. Fotofili. 8, Matty Axtons. That rounds out the 4-pack. Now on to the back line. Number 9, Ben Bonner. 10, Toddy Doolan. 11, Will Newbold. 12, Sione Vakapuna Atoni making the shift to the midfield this week. 13, Sam Guns McCann. 14, Joe Cook, and rounding out the starting 15 for the Swamp Foxes today is the ever-reliable Tally Hemapole. Moving to the reserve bench there, jersey 16, Cody Muir. 17, Josh Kaho. 18, Ryan Leopold. 19, Matt McCann. 20, Jack Jack Kingsford, 21 Leroy Neals, and 22 Tavita Halafihi. So Thames Valley opting for the 5-2 split there on the bench. So a very settled team there, you have to say, the Thames Valley Swamp Foxes. A lot of those names, they've played most games this season.
Yeah, exactly, Scotty. And all of those names actually were outstanding a week ago when they played here against King Country as well. So they all stood up to the mark, get another shot in today's game here at Boyd Park, and we do build up, as you say, for next Sunday. But as Ross said and alluded to, that's another story. Let's go through the Whanganui team. In the front row, propping is Hadley Hay Horton, Roman Tu Toha, and also Vicky Tofa. In the second row, Peter Travis Hay Horton, Josh Lane. At number 6 is Captain Cameron Hart. At number 7, playing his 50th game today, it's Jamie Hughes. The Hughes family will be happy back home there. Also at number 8, taking out their 4-pack is Matthew Tolafili. Moving through to the backs, a half is Lindsay Horrocks. Number 10 is Dane Whale, and number 11, Alakasio Whakarorongo, and number 12 is Ethan Robinson. Number 13 is Kamili Kuruyabaki, and number 14 is Josiah Bokalika, and rounding out the starting 15 is the guy who's playing his Blazer game. At fullback is Te Rangatira Waitokia. In the reserves, Dylan Callian, Jack Van Bussel, Caden Robinson, Semi Fotasisi, Timusi Siruvalu, Ben Whale and Craig Clear. So that is your 21 for the Whanganui team, who will be running out to the park very soon, not too far away. They arrived, they stayed on Pyador last night at the Pedalers Cafe. They enjoyed walking around the town yesterday afternoon, but they had a hell of a time there in Pyador. But let's go through the match officials here, Scotty.
Yeah, awesome to see the referee for today's game, Tiffany Cottrell out of Hawke's Bay, obviously a very settled referee in the top flight NPC competition. He'll be assisted by Ryan Rogers and Aaron Miller. Match manager for the day will be Mike Dilnott. Sub-controllers James Higgins and Grant Prescott. Timekeeper Simon Craggs, and the water boy today will be Miller Caxon of the Waihi Athletic Junior Rugby Club. We also have our ball children who have been ever reliable this year. Caden Watsney, Tristan Townsend, Connor Wood, Logan Dickey, Toby Farmer and Michael Van Marek. So awesome to recognise those boys for doing a fantastic job. And moving to the ever settled points table, obviously talking earlier in the broadcast, Ross, we have South Canterbury and Thames Valley securing Meads Cup spots with Whanganui right behind. So second versus third today, as you can see on the points table. But Ross, we've got a bit of a logjam for Lahore Cup and the newly created Bill Osborne Shield.
Yes, you can see that by looking at that table there, guys. Whanganui, Horowhenua Kapiti, North Otago, Mid Canterbury have all got a chance to get up into that second competition, and the top two are set in concrete. That's not going to change. The next echelon is the one that's up for debate, and then once that's sorted, 5th and 6th. So interesting competition, and the way the teams have performed. Great. One of the personal things that I really enjoy about this year is to see Ngāti Puro East Coast sitting on 15 points. What a breakout season for Jose Gear and his troops. And of course, I do feel for King Country, they've been decimated with COVID lockdowns. You know, only Taupu and Taumaranui being available. So, you know, it's been an interesting old battle this year, but we are very, very proud of our team, as we should be. And of course, Whanganui and Horowhenua Kapiti, North Otago, Mid Canterbury got a lot to play for.
Talking of the Ngāti Paro East Coast, I see Jose, coach of the team, has asked his brother Rico to put the jersey on. So he's starting on the bench there alongside with Ma'anonu. Just going through the other games that get underway today. Mid Canterbury versus Bulla. West Coast will take on South Canterbury. North Otago versus King Country. Poverty Bay versus Horowhenua Kapiti. And Wairarapa Bush will play Ngāti Paro East Coast. So that's the round for this round 8 of the Bunnings Heartland today. But as we just see running onto Boy Park in beautiful conditions, the Whanganui team looking forward to a bit of an exciting day today. The boys, when I caught up with them in town earlier on today, are rather confident. They've been a bit cocky through the week, as you know, Scotty. It's good to see their supporters who've travelled up as well. There is the red, white and blue jerseys that are up in the grandstand, but also it's great to see a huge turnout for the Thames Valley Swamp Foxes. When the team is riding on the highs, they run out, the crowd gives them a good applause, And let's go the Swamp Foxes, as Marcus Howie would say in the grandstand as he does the ground commentary. Go Swamp Foxes.
Oh, we have a great contrast just looking at the two teams in the way that they've played so far in the season. Two big physical forward packs that will butt heads today. Set piece for me is going to be interesting to see the clarity that they can get for their backs, but also it'll be awesome under great conditions today to see how both backlines look to use the ball and get that ball into space. So a very exciting matchup. Can't wait to call it with you, Reno and Ross, and yeah, bring it on. Round 8 action. It's got that semi-final feel.
It certainly has, and one of the things that really is very, very important today is defence. And it will be interesting to see if both teams can organise their defence to stop the dangerous ball runners, especially in both sides, from getting through the back lines and skipping away to score those crucial tries. As like last week, boys, the reserves are coming up into the grandstand. The weather here is just spectacular. It must be about 25 degrees. It is very, very humid, beautiful weather, and Thames Valley have got the kick-off to start.
5, 4,
Kickoff about to take off with Toddy Doolan, the first 5/8 for the Swamp Foxes. Kicking off, heading north.
If you got that in the background of that commentary, then that's Marcus Howe. You're going to hear a lot of him. He gets really excited on the microphone here at Boyd Park as the first run up there is taken up by the number 6 for Whanganui, Campbell Hart.
Yeah, strong carry through Campbell Hart. He's been a bit of a leader this year, as he has done for many years in that Whanganui Butcher Boys jersey. Now look to exit early on. Yeah, big strong backline there, and it looks like Waitokia taking that ball forward, putting number 11 Wakarugo in space, and a good tackle there by Hemapol. Good covering tackle there, and they go through the man who's playing his Blaze 50th cap, Jamie Hughes, crashing it in the midfield. Early test of Thames Valley's defence. They go wide. Robinson with a nice little tip pass onto Wakarugo, taking it into that 5-metre channel. So Whanganui with the early authority in the match, and Tiffany Cottrell will award a penalty for not rolling away. So it's too early on in the match, but Whanganui with a lot of dominance.
Yeah, early intentions showed there, Scotty. They've come to run, looking like it's a beautiful day. Why not get out there on the paddock? They know they're not in the final, so as you find the pointy end of the scoreline for Thames Valley, Dan Whale puts it into the corner, but yep, Whanganui have come to show. The Butcher Boys have come to run.
Very tall line out, Scotty and Reno. It will be interesting to see how they organise the line out and the quick ball that I expect them to get, and look for them to go wide here if they get the ball.
Good dart early on there by Tutoha. Well taken in the line out, and they'll look to work it, and they've got that maul in a good position. It's nice and long, and they've got momentum. Creeping forward, Whanganui, their forward pack doing some hard work. Number 8 there, Toalafi, getting close but not close enough. Toalafi, the man out of Canterbury. They'll get into their work, and Tutoha carries hard. The hooker there had an outstanding game last week against North Otago. And Hay Horton carries hard. Him and his brother in the forward pack, two very strong individuals. And Jamie Hughes nudging closer. Patience will be the key. Centre there, Kuruyabaki. Close but not close enough. And Jamie Hughes gets through. And Jamie Hughes will open the scoring for Whanganui. And great reward for good face play and great pressure.
Only a couple of minutes in the game, we'll see the scoreline already 5-0. It's a very, very strong start team. Butcher Boy team Whanganui, and as you say, Scotty, 50th game for Jamie Hughes, and what a way to start his campaign for today, scoring a meat pie just about right by the goal post, and getting ready to kick the ball will be Ethan Robinson very soon. But very exciting start by the Whanganui team there, Ross.
Yeah, great try really. They made a great exit out of their 22 from the kickoff. Maintained the ball and were very precise. They set it up, and they had, I think, 3 pods going, and then they created the overlap, and excellent start really. Thames Valley will be stung by that, and they will need to get their minds on the job and see if we can get some sort of fight back. It's very hot out here, so good way to start for Whanganui, and I just hope they and perhaps calm down a bit, Whanganui.
Yeah, exactly. We see the boys wanting to get some momentum, and let's hope the Valley boys get back into this. Already over the far side, you can see the Swamp Fox over there doing this little bit out there and amongst the crowd as well. It's a good crowd here as we get underway with play. The kickoff there from Toddy Doolan.
Campbell Hart, as he did of the first receive, carries forward and again takes metres. Vicky Toffa, big prop forward there. Sorry, that wasn't Vicky Toffa. Hey Horton. Whale, enough's enough, and he goes deep. Toddy Doolan, well taken, and Hemapole, he's going to return the favour, and it's going to be an early game of force back here. Big, high raking punt, and Waitoke has made a mistake. It's gone backwards as judged by Tiffany Cottrell, and it's going to give Thames Valley an opportunity to put some pressure on here, and they'll be looking for a strong defensive effort here. Slight knock on at the breakdown, and good perseverance from the Valley, who obviously trying to force a mistake at that breakdown, and that nuggety play has earned them a scrum in good position.
Yeah, rub on the head there for the work done by Frederick K. Futofili there at the mall down there at the breakdown. So, yeah, good work there by him as the Valley boys get together and try and work out which way they're going to go. Right, left, what do you reckon, Scotty?
Well, I know what Ross will say, blindside, but hey, it's a midfield scrum, and I wouldn't know. But I have a feeling they're going to come to the left here, and they're going to try and suck them as far to the sideline as they can and give them a big open space. So first things first, though, scrum time, 2 big forward packs, and both forward packs.
Scotty, it'll be interesting to see how the scrum goes, doesn't it? Because this is a very important phase of the game, and Thames Valley did really well there. I loved the work that Fred did, putting pressure on that ball, and it was a good kick. We don't like necessarily to see ping bong going backwards and forwards, but that was a good kick, and Thames Valley got great field position and a good exit from their end of the field. But this is a very, very important scrum, so we'll watch this with great interest.
Bonner to feed. Even hit there, and it's going to be quick ball for the Valley, who seem to have edged forward. Axton's leaving it in at the back there, and it looks like penalty advantage. They do come blind. Bonner goes to McCann. McCann keeps the ball alive, and Hemapole, a great inside ball to Newbold, who's taken in a good tackle. Fotofili carrying hard, but he's taken in a good chop tackle by his opposite, Hughes. Van der Valk, the nuggety hooker, the man who, if there's a scuffle, he's going to be involved. Dromgold carries forward. He's had a fantastic season. But 2 in the tackle early on from Whanganui is stopping any momentum, Ross.
Yeah, good tackling and a little bit high in the entrance into the tackle. Thames Valley have got a penalty coming up right in front of the post, or just to the left-hand side of the post. So both teams going at it. Looks like Thames Valley, in my opinion, will take the shot here, but you never know.
Yeah, I think early on they will want to keep the scoreboard ticking, and although they did concede an early try, 3 points, Toddy Doolan, he's been accurate off the boot so far this season. It's almost a gimme, but that's better from Thames Valley. Good work at the breakdown. They look to be getting good clearance, and Bonner also having nice easy pill with good forward runners coming on.
And it's not easy, Scotty, is it, when you trying to take a kick and there's people running at you? You always tend to take a little peek. You can't help yourself, but this is a very important kick. I'm sure it will go over. Don't want to jinx them, though.
Good nudge there by Doolan. That takes the score to 7 points to 3 to Whanganui after 7.5 minutes. So a nice early stalemate there, and Thames Valley finally getting some reward for good pressure.
Interesting, as per usual, we like to cast that expert eye on the fitness of both teams. This heat's going to knock the legs, and it's going to really make it difficult as Whanganui kick off.
High kick off there, and looks like Lane's got up. Unsure who's taken this ball, but Lane getting up quick, and it's going to be a penalty. It looks like hands on the ground there, and that is the call from Tiffany Cottrell. So Thames Valley, they bounce back, but then unfortunately concede. So Whanganui looking to contest at every opportunity they get.
Yeah, pick up the grass from the kicker for today for Whanganui. Ethan Robinson looks like he's going to go for the points to get those 3 points back. They've only just got about a minute or so ago. So looking like eyeing this up there, Scotty and Ross, and he'll see how things are going. I don't know if there's much wind out there. He's throwing the grass up in the air. There's a lot of sun, I know that much, because all the reserves are sitting up here and the coaches, managers of both teams. So it's pretty hot out there on Boyd Park.
Yeah, it sure is. Obviously, ground set up this morning. Almost needed a sweat towel or a headband around me because I was dripping. And the black clothing that we get given sometimes isn't good in sweltering heat. But hey, for the players, I'm sure they'd prefer this to the weather forecast that was looking like it was going to be wet today, gents. So we're quite cosy up here in the grandstand, and there's a nice breeze. But Ethan Robinson, he'll know firsthand what this wind's going to do. Yeah, good nudge there by Ethan Robinson. Never looked like missing.
He needs to head back to half-time. Don't get to a big year next year. Save the dates, 100 years Friday 26, Saturday 27 August. It is the Thames Valley Rugby Football Union 100-year celebration, 1922 to 2022. So put that in the calendar, everyone. That is again in August 26, 27, Friday, Saturday.
Doolan restarting proceedings. Lane slightly misjudges it, but it's well cleaned up there by Hart. They go blindside there. Hay Horton carrying. You see at the breakdown, but Horrocks, the veteran, gets it off to Whale, and Whale has a show and go and darts back the same way, but he's taken in a good tackle by Van der Valk, the man who's ever present. They go blindside. For Whanganui fans, Van der Valk is not the man you want to be running into. Fotofili involved. They go after Ethan Robinson. Unfortunately, Waitoki are having to clean up for them, and he goes downtown, testing out Himapo. Backwards the ball goes, and he's got Cook in support, but he's not going to use him, and he plays the ball back, and it reaches the 22-metre line. Whale goes back high. Himapo again, good position. Coaches are yelling out for Himapo to make a decision, and he passes it off. Doolan, smash back. Again, two in the tackle. And it's been a turnover, Jamie Hughes, but no advantage. Obviously some foul play there on the ground, but Thames Valley just probably wanting to make decisions a bit earlier rather than shoveling pies.
Yeah, she can't hesitate today. Wanganui's defence is pretty well organised, isn't it? So it was a good chase line. I think 3 or 4 forwards there, and slight hesitation and got barreled, and some hands in the ruck or on the ground there, and Thames Valley got an easy exit. But that was a bit of kicking going on, and it's a bit of force back happening, but both sides just need to tidy up that ruck area.
Yeah, both teams, to be honest with you, Ross, do look a little bit hesitant. Yep, there has been some good rugby so far, but both teams obviously looking to kick quite a bit. So territory, the big theme so far. But first line out for Thames Valley, Van der Valk, he's been accurate so far in the Thames Valley campaign. Timber probably isn't as tall for the Valley compared to what they're up against. Very strong at the front of the line out. Bonner with good pill. Doolan shovels it off to Vakapuna Atoni, who unfortunately has knocked the ball on. An advantage will be played. No advantage will be played, sorry. So Himapo cleaning up, and he's broken the first tackle. Got the ball away to Cook. Cook beating Horrocks. Off to Guns McCann, who's taken in a very good tackle there by Vakarogo.
Very good counter-attack from Thames Valley. So interesting to see both sides still settling down, but I think Whanganui be aware of the ability of those outside backs from Thames Valley, and the way that they... Bill Newbo, Joe Cook, Telly Hibbenwald, they look to move the ball on straight away. So interesting dichotomy, really, of two different styles. Scrum time again, and Whanganui ball just on the 5-metre side of halfway of Wanganui's half, Wanganui's putting the ball in, taking a while to get the scrum down by the referee.
First scrum was dominant by the Valley. Trinity McQueen at loosehead seems to have got his side up. Good pressure there. Robinson takes it to the line. Slips the first tackle, passes it off to Kuruyobaki. The danger man out of Manawatu. Playing for Te Kawai there. Waitokia, he's been busy and he's quick and he's elusive. And they've done well, Guns McCann, they have put him into touch, but Miller hasn't put his flag up, so Newbold, well done playing to the whistle there. Bonner, well, it looks like offside there, and Cottrell, yes, he doesn't need to be told twice. His arm's out for a penalty advantage, but Whanganui defence is looking very physical. That's pretty cynical there from Robinson, but obviously knowing that penalty was going to come regardless, the Valley will look to assert some dominance, but I wouldn't be surprised if they go for the points here, Coops.
Yeah, I think the points is worth going for, obviously, to build pressure, but interesting, isn't it? The defence on both sides is pretty willing. A little bit of feeling happening in the game as well, Reno. There's a bit of tension there, but it must be so hot out there, man.
Yeah, it looks like, looking at the teams just slowly making their ways, whether it's a line-out or a scrub, and just getting themselves pretty well set there. Like you say, Peter Travis, Horton just give a bit of a tap there on Frederick Futulihi as he lifted him up off the ground there, and unfortunately the head of Futafili hit the ground. But yeah, just a bit of a shake there, and sorry mate, done that, and we'll just carry on, keep playing as Toddy Doolan lines up the kick, and everyone here in the grandstand and around the field is hoping this goes through to get the gap a bit more closer at the moment. 3-10 at the moment, getting into the 15th minute of the game.
It was always going to be a risk, lads, with the competition stretched out after COVID, how late the season goes, and to me it seems like it's cricket and tennis season, so the heat was always going to be a factor, and I'm just pleased we've got a good day of rugby. But Doolan from 40 odd metres out, like Reno said, we'll be looking to get the Valley a bit closer. And he's hit it well. He's drilled that.
Nice kick.
Straight through the guts. And Doolan getting the Valley back. 10 points to 6 to Whanganui after 15 minutes.
And the Whanganui Butcher boys, actually now they'll come back here for something by the looks of things. Something's come to a bit of a halt at the moment. So we'll just wait to see how things will work out here. Obviously, has the kick gone through the point or something they're looking at here? Or was it an injury? So we're in a bit of a situation where both teams are kind of what's going on here. The Thames Valley team has run back to where the ref is.
I'm a bit confused. I actually stopped looking. I stopped looking. Maybe he missed it. I don't actually know, gents.
Both flags went up.
Both flags went up. Was it a case of didn't go right through the middle? So the scoreline will remain, I would guess, 10-3 at the stage until we get some clarification on what's going on here. But obviously back in the general play, number 4 got the ball strong run there. Peter Travis Horton, one of the Horton brothers out there as well.
There's a bit of biff going on the ground there between Vakararogo and Fotofili. I'm not sure what's going on there. I think everyone's still a little bit confused as to that penalty, but we move on.
Yeah, Fotofili actually pointing to his eyes and actually talking to the ref and asking the touch judge, take a look at that. Unfortunately, we might be able to see it on the replay, but he's saying that someone poked him in the eyes, and let's have a look at that or do something about this. The tension's getting right in between the two camps, and not too sure really what went back to the previous part where they kicked for the points, but still stands as the score, 3-10.
It's been a strange minute of play, lads.
Yeah, not too sure what went there with it was...
Looks like we've got an injury here to Hadley Horton, possibly. Yes, it is Hadley Horton there, the prop from Whanganui, carrying an injury. Looks like he's done a knee, so we welcome in Jack Van Bussel, number 17 for Whanganui, who will enter the field, and this is a lot earlier than he would have expected to be entering the field, lads.
Yeah, just going back to that kick though, we were all of the opinion that both touch judges put their flags up. Looked like it cleared it easily. I'm totally confused, but that's not the first time.
That's happened numerous times, Coops, over the last couple of weeks. But
good strong run, Ethan Robinson there, straight up the middle there, right in front of the goal post in the Thames Valley 22 at the moment. And the number 9 there, obviously Lindsay Horrocks wanted some good ball. The Whanganui team looking strong in Thames Valley.
Oh, I'm just loving watching Jamie Hughes and Vandervolt going head to head off the ball there. I'm getting really taken off task here at the moment, lads. So you'll have to keep on top of me. But another penalty, and it's going to give Ethan Robinson an opportunity to put Whanganui further in front. which will be pleasing Jason Caskey and his coaching team.
Well, it'll be interesting to see what happens here. Mind you, directly in front, you would think it's pretty well right through the post. We thought that against the previous kick, but we'll see what happens. We'll find some information on that hopefully at halftime. There is a bit of halftime fun actually, the halftime hundy, which will have a live stream of that coming on through. We'll tell you more throughout the first half as we're in the 18th minute of this game. Ethan Robinson getting ready to line up where you would think it'd be just a formality, this kick on the 22.
He's been accurate so far, hasn't he, gents? And I think it's been the theme of his season. He shanked it. I've actually just put the mockers on him. So although we do have a very even say here, a little bit of bias there probably thinks maybe that's, I don't know, maybe that equals last kick. I'm not sure, but I'd actually written that down for the Sky Sport crew. There's a penalty already over, so...
Well, here I was pretty confident thinking he was going to get it. You know, pretty well in front there, pretty standard for a kick of his calibre, but not to be. Toddy Doolan gets things underway for Thames Valley, right back down in the Whanganui half.
Long raking drop kick there by Toddy Doolan. And Waitokia, he'll put it back. And this time Doolan will have the opportunity to take it. And he's beaten the first defender, so he's done well. And then he puts a bit of a banana kick with angle. And if this goes out, we're going to see a 50-22. And that we have. Great kick there by Doolan. Great vision and great skill. Thames Valley with the line out, 20 metres out from their try line, Coops.
Yeah, that was an amazing play by that young man. He put the old banana kick in, as you say, and took it out right inside the 22 there. Very crucial line out here, and let's see if Thames Valley can contain this excitement of getting this field position and win this line out cleanly.
Full line out here, so you'd assume they might go for a drive, but no. First things first, they need to win their ball. Number 14, Bogileka, carries hard as he does. Kuriyabaki breaking defenders for fun, passes it off to Tualafili. Tualafi beats Fotofili. Carries, crashes in the midfield. Options either way for Horrocks. And he comes to the right here. Goes to the new man who drops it behind him, so play will go on. Waitokia. How many carries has he had so far in the match? Now they go to the skipper, Hart. They bounce back. Lane carrying strong. No contesting at the breakdown from the Valley, so everything's going their way. But, yeah, looks like Bonner and Co are going to have a bit of a scrap. And, to be honest, I'm surprised it's taken 20 minutes for something to boil over, gents.
They all come running and look at that. Mind you, the back line just staying out there some of them because they run out of puff. It's that hot out there, so they're doing their best a little bit as some of the old haymakers get thrown around. Look, they're trying to pull the players apart. Let's just get out there, guys. Let's just play some footy. We already know we're in the final next Sunday down there in Timaru for the Meads Cup. Already Sunday Valley boys, come on, let's have some more of this stuff. But, you know, we're here to play. The fans have turned up to a beautiful day here in Te Aroha. Let's just control the game, play a bit of rugby and get our composure back. And let's see what happens on the footy field, the game of the day. And there are a couple of other games that we'll get through at halftime as well. But the Valley boys together in the huddle. Let's sort it out. Referees talking to both captains.
Yeah, we don't need anything like that anymore anyhow. It's only handbag stuff, but it detracts from the game. Both teams, the scoreline's actually really close. It's 7 points. And both teams are just feeling the pressure. I just think that Thames Valley just need to use their brains and use the smarts, get hold of the ball. They haven't got the ball for long periods, and they're giving away easy exits. They had a line out in the 22 over there, Scotty, and you know as a hooker, I would have thought that they should have chucked it to the front, secure the ball and then build some phases, but they went for the miracle ball down the back and lost the ball and lost 70 metres in the process. So decision making's got to be done correctly and accurately, and also we've got to get the skill levels up. If we're going to go down the back of the line out in that sort of field position, then we need to secure the ball. Looks like Thames Valley being penalised here.
Yeah, obviously, Coops, you have to give credit to Whanganui's their defensive line out. They are putting defensive barriers in there, but I totally agree with you. Your second line out of the match, you're probably looking more towards the front/middle and get your connections working beforehand. But anyway, play moves on, and Whanganui at the opposite end of the field have got a real opportunity to strike here, and they'll want to capitalise. First things first though, and Tutoha.
It looks like going to be a big rumble here by the look of it.
First maul they got set really well, and they got it nice and long, and Lane brings the pill down. Tutoha with the ball at the back, and he's peeled off. Looks like they've moved that breakdown around. Valley doing well though. Tofa, he's got the ball now at the back of the maul, and he peels off, and he's taken in a tackle by Bonner, the halfback. More scuffles going on off the ball, but back to the play we go. Bit of nuisance going on at the breakdown. Pick and go, the option. Good tackle there by Ben Stevens. Another good tackle, Valley. Persistent on defence. Pick and go the theme. Now they've got a driver in behind, and Tofa. Tackled short, and actually Tiffany Cottrell's got his hand out. Slight knock on, and Thames Valley, great defensive maul, great defence. They weren't budging, and you've got to give it to the Valley there. Fantastic perseverance.
Yeah, they worked really hard, didn't they, on defence? Two-man tackles, close in, and good on Whanganui. You know, the way that they, when you think about it's not going wide very far, is it? It's not getting past the forward's hands. So good inside defence there from the forward pack. But I think the scrum is going particularly well. We've sort of just had them under a little bit of pressure, but defence of our back line is a little bit suspect at this stage. But Whanganui got an easy exit and then build the pressure in our zone. So we have to exit just as quickly as they did. I love the winger out there, wide out wide. What is it? Is it Joe Cook standing 20 metres out? So we could see a little smart kick across, perhaps.
Oh, no, but first things first, Bonner's been taken back, and I think what we're going to have is a goal line dropout.
Looking like a scrum.
Yeah. I thought the laws had changed. But anyway, just talking about that, Ross, is they always say attacking from your own goal line is the most dangerous form of attack. And, you know, Joe Cook there, I know it's risky, but gee whiz, the gain would have been impeccable. So it's going to be a scrum Whanganui ball.
I just think these moments, you know, if we got clean ball, that was worth a go. There's nothing on this game. You know, it just stretched the defence wide, and they certainly set up for it. Maybe we were wrong and it was just a decoy, but the scrum is very, very important, as is the defence.
It sure is, and don't be surprised to see Tuala Fee come blind here. The big, strong 8. Horrocks, he peels off. Whale, Robinson pops it, but it's being knocked. The Valley have done well yet again on defence, and I think that answers your critique before, Ross, about the backline defensive unit. But again, to be honest, that wasn't a lot of sort of thought going into that attack.
No, you know, I'm not criticising Thames Valley there, Scotty, but, you know, there's a bit of line speed there, wasn't there? They got them in amongst their faces, and it's so easy to put the pressure on, but, you know, a little look up and he dropped the ball, and now we've got another chance to exit our goal line. So let's see, big blind side here. Look, ooh, it's on, isn't it? Wingers sort of hovering quite deep, fullbacks deep.
I think this is where rugby can get a bit structured, Coops, to be honest with you. You know, and it's nothing to coaches or anything like that, but they're so set on what they want to do in each area of the field. It'd be good to see them playing what's in front of them, but nonetheless, I'm not the one making the calls. I'm just calling the game and chucking suggestions out there. You once were, Ross.
Oh, no. I just think that Thames Valley have got to, you know, it's no point just trying to hang in there. They've got to still look at exiting well. And, you know, the line-out is perhaps not the best option because their line-out is particularly long and tall.
Good raking punt there by Dolan, and in fact I thought he might have got a bit more meterage on that, but Ryan Rogers has his flag up about 25 metres out from the touchline. But a nice easy exit. Quick line-out won't be allowed. Line-out was already set, so we'll go back. The Whanganui line-out, it's been looking strong. Good connection like we touched on earlier. They do have some tall fellas to work with there, but you've got to give it to Tutoha. He's had a strain on a dime so far.
Another 5-man line out here again, so the midfield's pretty crammed with runners, so it'll be interesting to see what Whanganui do. Yeah,
good dart at the back. Hart takes it. And they crash it up. Hughes off to Tualafi. Robinson cuts back towards the heavy traffic. the brave man. Whale distributes it off to Waitokia. He isn't taken, so he gets up and has another jam. Van der Valk being a pest. The new man, Van Bussel, he's being chopped low and showing that they try doing some fancy stuff there, and Horrocks is being cleaned up. You've got to wonder why that's a penalty advantage. I hope Tiffany Cottrell's not going to watch this footage and hear me bagging, but unsure what that's for. But they go back, and it looks like Horrocks has been hit where it hurts.
Yellow card. Yep.
Ooh, yellow card, Reno, you called it. I mean, I'm sure we'll see a replay, but to be honest, I don't know if there was a lot in that, gents. As you can see what they're trying to do. He didn't have the ball, but it was a late one, so yellow card to Conor McVeary, and to be honest, that is a massive loss for the Valley.
Yeah, that's unfortunate, but it was late, and the referees, it's just starting to bubble a bit, isn't it? So he's obviously pulled out the yellow card, and that'll have an effect on the discipline of both sides, but marginal in my mind. I'm slightly biased, of course, and I don't apologise to my friends in Whanganui, but that's okay. It's just starting to bubble, and there's a bit of feeling out there, so Thames Valley just need to get their hands on the ball and get rid of this danger zone that Whanganui is starting to assert, and that's coming about through continuous pressure from their big fellas and the big runners, and it's pretty well structured, the Whanganui team.
Here's the Thames Valley boys just exit the grandstand as well, going down to get a bit warmed up with one of the players in the bin. And at the moment, the penalty shot to come with Ethan Robinson lighting up the points. So we'll see what happens here. He sprayed the other one earlier, and it's just what it is. Also at the 28th minute too, with another game that's currently underway. South Canterbury 10, West Coast 7. So that's the score at the moment. South Canterbury 10, West Coast 7 in the 28th minute of the game. But back here at Boyd Park, it's all about Ethan Robinson lighting up, hoping he gets his team out to a 10-point lead here. Current score is 10-3. So see what he does here and see how Valley comes back after this kick.
I'm not going to write this one down early, but he has got this, and Ethan Robinson takes Whanganui out to a 13 points to 3 lead after 28 minutes. So Whanganui capitalising on ill discipline of the Valley lads.
And that's what it is. I think we can see the frustration so far maybe amongst some of the Valley players at the moment. The physicality of Whanganui. They've come to play. They've got nothing to lose on this game, so they've come with an attitude. Let's just see what Thames Valley are made of. They're number 2 on the table. Whanganui are number 3. So get the kick underway with Toddy Doolan starting play underway as well. And a good take there by the number 8, Matthew Tualafili, who's on loan from Canterbury, with a good kick there from the halfback, Lindsay Horrocks, to get the play underway. And of course taken there by Himmelpaw. Now moving on out.
Space is wide, and Newbold, he'll go on the outside. Taking on his opposite, Guns McCann on the inside. Bonner's been crunched, and a good tackle there by Whale. And now Campbell Hart's got it, so a bit of a game of boxing there. Lane passes it off to Hay Horton. Now Doolan's going to have a job and a half, and he's taken a superb ball, even though there's a bit of interference, which Cottrell's got his arm up for, and there'll be no advantage. It'll be a penalty to the Thames Valley side, and Doolan having great involvement yet again in this match.
Excellent skills there, wasn't it? Great eyes on the ball and a great catch, but Thames Valley got a decision to make here, whether they go into the corner or remembering they're a man down. Looks like Dwayne Sweeney is making his way out with the kicking tee. Yeah, it looks like we're going to go for goal. So interesting decisions. I think it's the right decision. The score is still close. It'll close it up to 13-6 with 10 minutes to go.
Get the kick over from the 10-metre side of the Whanganui half at this stage. Toddy Doolan's had his kicking boots on. We're not too sure what actually happened with the previous kick from Thames Valley. He's still a bit bemused and confused like the rest of the crowd. It's a great crowd that's turned up here for the final home game for the round 8 game of the Bunnings Warehouse Heartland Championship. Of course, the Valley boys are already booked into the final, which is next Sunday down there in Timaru. So not a bad game. We just gave you a result there between South Canterbury West Coast earlier on.
Obviously, if results do go away, we may well have one in the Valley, though, Reno, considering if South Canterbury lose and we win today. I know there's a lot riding on it. We may still have involvement in that final here in our beautiful region, but like you say, Doolan needing to get us back in the match. He's hit that well.
Hit the post and gone in.
We know that one's over because, like you say, Reno, it's hit the post and gone in, so that one counts.
Yeah, no mistakes on that one as the flags go up by the touch judges, the ARs, and hand goes up also by Tipene Cotterill, who's controlling the game out there as well. So that's definitely 3 points, 6:13, 99 minutes out from half-time. There's a bit of fun to be had at half-time as we get the game underway. Dane Vale kicks it off and back down to the Thames Valley team is taken in by Dromgong.
No advantage. To be honest, the whistle has been blown a lot, but it is a yellow card, and I didn't even see what's happening. But
Early tackle.
Josh Lane, obviously dangerous play there, and he's going to be sent to the bin. So both number 5s are having a 10-minute rest, and look, ill discipline, unfortunately, at the moment costing both teams and keeping each other in the match. But I'd like to see the game hit a bit more flow.
Yeah, once you've sent one player off for some indiscretion and then another one from the other side makes the indiscretion, at least he's consistent. I'm like you, Scotty, I'd like to see the game flow. I'm not sure it's going to. There's a bit of feeling in the game. Thames Valley are down a man and they're doing well if we can camp ourselves up in their area. Good line out and good exit.
Yeah, very nice quick play there, not mucking around. And Wakapuna Atoni showing what he's capable of and taking Whale for a ride with him. And yeah, that was going to be a penalty off his feet. And Jamie Hughes has been pinged, so it's probably going to give Doolan another opportunity for 3 points, and it's going to give Valley another opportunity to keep in the match.
And what it does also, if they take the points, it takes time out of the clock with the man down, and also, that just keeps that scoreboard ticking over. Thames Valley won't be too concerned at this stage with the scoreboard, but there is a bit of feeling out there, isn't it? It's great, but it would be really, really good to see them get a bit of sustained pressure and build some pressure up on the goal line of Whanganui. Equally so, Whanganui have got some very skillful, hard-running backs, and sometimes they tend to T-bone and they go one step too far, but very, very important kick coming up, and Scotty's already written it down. It's great to see the confidence.
Hey, just touching, obviously, we do have a match day program available to you viewers. It's available on our Thames Valley Rugby Football Union website that Kevin here has uploaded for us, but it should also be in the comments section on our Facebook page as well. So take a look. There's a lot of interesting content, isn't there, gentlemen?
Plenty of content there, a bit of history as well. Some great history there as Toddy Doolan lies up the kick, looks straight down in the middle of the post, and see what happens here.
He's got a great follow through, Toddy Doolan, and I love the fact that he just follows through and he strikes that ball so cleanly. He's been a real asset with his boot, and last week he obviously notched up 100 points for the season, which only 5 people have ever done in the past for Thames Valley. So a real asset to the Valley, and it looks like someone in front of the kicker, but Tipene Cotterill's let that one play, and well taken by Ben Stevens. Play coming. Trinity McQueen, he hasn't had his hands on the ball so far, but Tahuia Kutia, great man that he is, he gets his hands on the pill for the first time in the match. They bounce back. Wakapuna Tony straightens play as he always does. And they'll snap back. Doolan, little chip kick through. That sits up for Hemapo. It could be dangerous, and good creativity there from the Swab Foxes. Bonner off to Vandervalk. Good to see the hooker with some skill base there. And again, a late tackle, but Wakapuna Tony showing some pace. Passes it off to Fotofili, inside for Cook. Cook, he's got options. Cook's going to back himself, and Cook's going to do the job. What a fantastic try to the Valley, and gee whiz, is that going to be a highlight on Main Freight Rugby this week, lads? Holy!
What a great try, and great backing up, and just fantastic skill. 14 men, remember, and behind, and now they've scored one of the great tries of the season in my mind. As Scotty said, great connections and great lines run by Joe Cook, was it? Fantastic, and I just think that's a good riposte from the losing the man, and they've come together, and sometimes that happens, doesn't it, gentlemen? When you lose a man, the team galvanises their effort, and I can tell you, like last week, casting an eye over these Whanganui boys. They're feeling the heat and the pace of this game a little bit, and I think Thames Valley are slightly fitter, but we'll see as we get through this kick. It's a very important one. I think I could even get this with 2 artificial knees.
I saw you struggling up those steps before kickoff, Ross, so I don't know, to be honest, if I was on the TAB. But, that try is up there. That fantastic finishing skills from Joe Cook, and we know he's had that ability all year. He's just needed the space and the time to do it. But like you said, Ross, I think Whanganui, they did stay locally last night, so they can't blame it on bus legs. But a few bigger boys in that forward pack, possibly the heat's getting to them, I don't know. Maybe that was just class from the Valley, but that takes the score to 16-13 to the Valley after 36 minutes. Well taken there by Horrocks to Whale. He cuts back in and passes it off to number 6, Campbell Hart, the skipper. Van Bussel passes it off to Hay Horden, who's taken in a good dominant hit there by Joe Cook, the try scorer. Tips it on, moving that point of attack away from the Valley. Haven't seen a lot of that so far in the first 36 minutes. And Hay Horden gets his hands dirty yet again. Looks like the Valley player struggling to get out, and unfortunately didn't have much room to do anything there. Robinson taking a good tackle by Stevens. Horrocks bouncing back. Whanganui looking a little bit all over the place at the moment. Nothing really set. Not quite getting into their 1-3-3-1 pattern as it looks like they're trying to operate. But anyway, they've got Waitokia out wide. And Waitokia, he's a danger man. Oh, gee whiz, he's taken in a coat hanger. Fotofili will be getting ready to get put off the field there, you'd imagine. But anyway, Vakararogo cuts inside, passes it off. Now Tofa, the big prop in number 3, he looks to have a dig. Sorry, it wasn't Hay Horton. Tofa, sorry. Anyway, plays there, and Horrock has the pill. They go back door, and if the centre here, Kuriyobaki, can catch it, it'll be as easy as try he can score in the Heartland Championship. And great vision from Whanganui there. Great vision, good option, and good finishing skill there by Kuriyobaki, showing how quick the game can twist, fellas.
Yeah, and being a man down, they were a man short at the back line. Connor McVerry's just gone back in to the team after his 10 minutes. Great skill there from Whanganui, great try, great connections, both backs and forwards. So they've evened the game up a little bit. It's 18-16 now with a pretty easy kick to come, but it's quite an interesting game, isn't it, for a game that's just got pride at stake?
Last 5 minutes has been quite exciting, actually. You got the crowd jumping up and down, especially when Valley scored, and of course the Whanganui fans, the fans who have turned up and travelled to watch their team play today, they've also jumped, and very happy for the team as the kicker Ethan Robinson goes back to get ready to kick it off, and nearly approaching half time with only a minute or so in it, but we're in referee's hands at the moment. A bit of fun to be had too, which will be live streaming at half time, so make sure you keep viewing. You're not entering, are you, Scotty?
No, I'll be down on ground level. We do have, if you're sitting here locally in Te Araha and you're keen to come and win yourself a Swamp Fox jersey, come down. In 5 minutes' time, we will be having the halftime hundy where boys will be up against each other, first person to run 100 metres, and then we'll also have females as well. So get on down and try and win yourself a Swamp Fox jersey. Robinson shanks it. So the score will remain at 18 points to 16 to Whanganui after 39 minutes. So going into half-time now, critical for both teams to finish off what's been quite an exciting half of rugby, to be honest. Although the whistles had quite a big part to play, I think both teams have got into it, and I think we were always expecting possibly not the free-flowing game we were hoping for because of all of the extra pressure from both teams.
And interestingly, Thames Valley are back to 15, and Whanganui have only got 14 for the next 5 minutes.
Just waiting for the Whanganui player to get back on side there, the other wing on the far side, actually being addressed to over in the end goal area. So he's back in play there, Josiah Bokalika, as we get play underway there with Toddy Doolan kicking the game underway.
Very important in my mind that Thames Valley keep this field position. Don't give away any mistakes and let them get another few points in this half. We need to get jam it into the corners and make sure that we can finish out the half strongly.
Good carry there by Axtons. Doolan switches it and he's chipped it into a great position, but it's gone out on the full. A low kick there by Doolan, and Ryan Rogers has got his flag up and he's going to take Thames Valley back into their own half. So good creativity, but it hasn't worked for the Valley this time round.
Yeah, great option, wasn't it, to jam it into the corner, but execution not quite there. So Thames Valley have got to have maximum effort here in this last, well, the clock says 1 minute past half time. So in referee's time, I would suggest the next break and the half will be over. But anything can happen.
To Toha with the throw. Oh, they're trying something fancy at the front, but there's been the double knock on and Cottrell have nothing to do but blow it up. And yeah, like you say, Ross, I think field position at this time of the half, very pivotal, and they do say the team that strikes before half time is often better, having the better second half as well. So don't know, a lot going on over the next couple of minutes before we do go into that halftime break, and as you can see over the far side of the field, that's great to see Swampy kitted up today and out and about with our children, showing them what a great mascot he is. So big ups to Swampy today.
Just want to praise the Thames Valley front row. They're doing a great role. Trinity and Tahuya, and obviously Sam in the middle there. They are working very hard and putting a bit of pressure on these big boys from the big boppers. The hippos, we used to call them back in my day, putting a bit of pressure on. So it'll be interesting to see how this scrum goes. It's a pretty crucial one that Thames Valley make a good effort in the scrum, but then set their defensive line so we don't let Whanganui in.
Yeah, it has been a talking point, Coops. A couple of matches this season. The Valley scrum going backwards, mid-Canterbury especially, but Matt Bartlett, the assistant coach, doing a lot of work there, and again putting pressure on. But Horrocks, he's passed it to Will Newbold actually, and Guns McCann, there's space outside him, but Doolan cuts through the middle, and he's taken in a good tackle there by Kuriyobaki, the try scorer. And he's been taken, the halfback's been taken there. I think that's going to be the halftime whistle. It has been, and they're going to go into the sheds with the score at 18 points to 16 to Whanganui. And gentlemen, I'll leave you for a few minutes while I go and get amongst some halftime entertainment.
All right, leave your undies on there, mate. Scotty's going to go and join the Hundi here. I think we'll see what happens with Scotty down there. So Scotty Day just taking a break. We're at halftime here at Boyd Park. Just another reminder to remember the date, Friday 26, Saturday 27 August. Next year, it is Save the Dates, 100 years. Thames Valley Rugby Football Union will celebrate 100 years. That's going to be a special occasion, Ross. No doubt you'll be looking forward to.
Yeah, I think it's always special when you have milestones. Of course, like last week, we had King Country here, and I also alerted all our listeners, if you played for King Country, it's their centenary next year on Anzac weekend. So, you know, this is a great game of rugby. The pressure's off because there is nothing at stake for both these sides apart from pride. I love the way that Thames Valley are approaching their work, and I also like the skill and the speed and the guile of the Whanganui backline. They have a lot of Pacific Islanders in their backline, and they're showing some great skill level. But you've got to keep your hat on here for the work rate of Thames Valley inside backs, the way that they tackle, and they're marking up, and they're certainly putting pressure on the Whanganui team. We see Mrs. Tupou coming out into the middle of the paddock. We interviewed her for Grassroots before the game, so let's hope we can get that little clip on the TV because City down there in Dunedin, he'll be watching the game, of course, and the boys are looking forward to catching up with him next week in Timaru in the final of the Meads Cup.
Looking forward to that, and of course City himself made the big travel up the last time the Valley boys were down there as well. It just shows the support of not only his mother but the whole family who are always there, big flags fluttering away. They're always there buying the tickets at the rugby union and always there supporting in the red and gold, and got the music playing, but a bit quiet today. She is with a little hooter going on, beep 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 beep. Not too sure if she's going to take part in the next event. I don't think so, but as they get prepared for a bit of fun, and we'll see what happens here. It has been fun here today. The game has been pretty intense. Both teams going, throwing everything in it, even the kitchen sink. A couple of players sent off for a bit of a rest. It's got everything in today's match so far in the first half.
It certainly has, Reno. I just want to compliment their back line. And Ethan Robinson, you know, he keeps slotting them over once or twice, but he's missed a few that are pretty important. So I think the heat and the conditions, I do like the line speed of the Thames Valley backline, Sione Etoni and Sam McCann, and of course, you know, they're working hard in that midfield, getting up in their faces, and there's a lot of spilt ball. Let's just let you go through our wonderful sponsors who have stuck with us regardless as we watch Swampy and the young kids get up there on the line ready for a sprint. But over to you to read out some of those wonderful sponsors.
Yeah, thank the sponsors for their ongoing support as well towards Thames Valley Rugby, Thames Valley Rugby Union, Gold Ridge Marine Farm, Bailey's, also Murphy Buses, Dynasty, Grassroots Trust, Good George Brewing, Jacob Andrew, Leecher Supply and Quality. They've been part of the team for a while. Brian Tunner Club Motor Group. Nice vehicles around, White Line as well. Also Agri Feeds, New World Waihi, Subway Pyro, Sports Chaplaincy, Impact Farm Source, KMG, Akarana Community Trust, and wrapping up is Hunt Home Killed as well. So those are your sponsors of the Thames Valley team, and also some of the sponsors associated with some of the local competition that happens, whether it be the youth or the secondary schools as well. But it's all about today, round 8, the Bunnings Heartland Championship as we get underway. Watch this.
Look at the little fellow at the back there. Look at him go. Wonderful. Great race there, Reno, but let's look at the Thames Valley effort in the game. I think the forwards are...
He's a little kid.
A little kid.
Big wheels,
I'd give him a volley or two.
Oh, is he crying, looking for his mother and father? Here we go. Here's Brett Rungers. There you go, former captain of Thames Valley. It's his little fella. Look, there he is.
He's going to be a great rugby player when he grows up if he's like his dad. Great to see Brett Runger here too. Just talk a little bit about the forward pack of the Thames Valley boys. They are working incredibly hard, and you know, they're getting around the field, and they're still making those double tandem tackles. So you've got to take your hat off to them as we look to the big fellas now for the next sprint here at half time.
Even Foxy's in there on his push bikers are ready to go, and we've got a couple of young girls in there right underneath the goal post as well. So ready to go as Marcus Howie stands in the middle. Get ready to call. Here we go. Go girls. 3 girls out there having some fun. Let's see how far they run. Do they run the markers or do the whole field? Nope, they're going to do the whole field. That's not going to go. Look at them. Well done, girls.
They're not far off the men's race. The winner will get themselves a Valley jersey.
A couple of them pushing each other, having some fun. These 3 guys out there just being larrikins, but it's all about having fun here at half time. And Te Aroha, a beautiful day. Thank you to everyone who's on board watching the live stream as well, and we'll get underway very, very soon as Marcus Howie counts down. And look, he's got a jersey here for one of the young ladies who won that race just previously as well. So they're handing out Valley jerseys. Talking of jerseys, and last week, thank you to everyone who supported and gave money towards the Goldfields jersey as well. $28,000 raised from that auction.
Unbelievable amount of money, and it's about 70,000 they've given that wonderful school in Pyro, the Swamp Foxes. Fantastic, great group of people in that involved in that school. As we see the big fellas now about to run, and Swampy's taken 5 metres. I see Reno waving to the crowd. A lot of money on this race. He's told us that he's got going to win, but we'll see.
Look, they've already passed him. Big sprint down the middle. Look at that, the young guy in the long track pants and the black t-shirt on. He's just gone away. He's got himself a Valley jersey. Now there comes, a couple of tackles there. Bit of fun.
And Swampy comes in there on his bike. Great race, actually. A lot of fun. And as you say, Reno, it's good to see everybody enjoying the summary conditions.
Congratulations, mate. What's your name and where you come from, man?
Simeone,
And are we going to see you at the next Olympics, mate? Because you got some serious gas.
Yeah, maybe.
Going to send you off. Head down to Marcus, and you're going to grab your little gift for winning. So well done.
I think there was our own Scotty Day who was down there, part of our commentary team, Ross Cooper, Reno Wilkinson here to do the second half very soon. Scotty's down there and amongst it as well, as he does. We thought he might have had a run, but not to be. But everyone's out there. Marcus Howie's having to talk to other person as well.
Congratulations to you out there. It's the Valley jersey. All yours for that. Well done.
You know, I think when the team like Thames Valley get on a roll that they have got, the crowd just love it, don't they? Everybody buys into the success of the team this year. It's not been easy. Let's not forget, and it's not an excuse. They've had a lockdown.
Were you nervous at all about running in front of thousands of people today? You're famous now.
Yes, I was really nervous. I don't know about famous, but I'll go with it.
We'll go with it too. You enjoy that Thames Valley Swamp Foxes jersey and enjoy the rest of the game, okay?
I feel happy about that.
Awesome. We're going to cross back to Reno and Ross now, but awesome to have the halftime hundy and all of our winners. Well done again.
Thank you.
As I was saying before, Reno, it's not been easy this year for Thames Valley, with Auckland first of all getting locked down, and then Waikato getting locked down as Whanganui come out, and then of course the season be extended with the dairy farmers. It's particularly tough at this time of the year, but they've come together as a great bunch of men and do such good work amongst the community. So we're very proud of the Swamp Foxes, and as I said before, Whanganui are also a great team. They've got a very large athletic looking side, haven't they? And they're making a game of this game today. They've got a bit of hurt in their approach to the game. They've qualified for the Lahore Cup, and you know, they want to win this game, and I'm sure Thames Valley do as well, but both teams would really want to get through the game without any injuries. And let's just go through the centenary again, Reno, just as the Thames Valley come back onto the field.
Yeah, come and celebrate with the Thames Valley. It's been 100 years. Coming up on Friday 26th, Saturday 27th of August next year. Come and be part of the event. We'll be over here in Te Aroha as well. So 1922 to 2022 will be a great event not to be missed. And make sure if you know of anyone who's been associated with the Valley over the years gone by as a player, especially any of those members who are around or their family, do get in contact with the Thames Valley Rugby Union. Also, when we go to the next break, I'll tell you a bit more about the women's sevens that's getting underway as well. So that's all good. But Scotty